We have a beautiful secret we can keep. The shadows fall across the wooden floor. We don't need the outside anymore. You breathe so softly, resting on my arm. A perfect sanctuary from the harm. The digital clocks have all forgotten time. Caught inside a beautiful silent rhyme. No need for complicated heavy words, just the sweetest silence I have ever heard. The gravity is gone, the air is clear. Everything I'll ever need is here. In this quiet moment, the universe is ours, floating high above the neon stars. In this quiet moment, steady and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. Let the empires fall and the seasons fade. I'm safely resting in the love we made. The synthesizer plays a gentle drone, a melody meant for us alone. I trace the invisible lines upon your face, finding my home in this quiet space. The worries of the day have turned to dust, replaced by an undeniable trust. It's an analog dream in a modern age, writing a story on a blank new page. Hold the frame, don't let the picture blur. This is everything we ever were, a vintage masterpiece in black and white, illuminated by the velvet night. In this quiet moment, the universe is ours, floating high above the neon stars. In this quiet moment, steady and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. Let the empires fall and the seasons fade. I'm safely resting in the love we made. Quiet moment, holding near. Quiet moment, no more fear. The years have passed like a digital blur. I can't remember who we actually were, but I saw your name on a dusty screen, a hidden chapter of a movie scene. I wonder if you ever think of me when you're drifting on the open sea, or if you've erased the frequency the vintage love that used to be. The static is humming a quiet song, asking me where I truly belong. I'm reaching out into the velvet dark, looking for a single living spark. If you still care, give me a sign. Somewhere across the borderline. If you still care, in the neon glow, I'm still the person that you used to know. Just a whisper, just a breath, before we put this memory to death. I passed the park where we used to sit, and every streetlight is a candle lit. The air is thin and the stars are low, watching the heavy rivers flow. I don't wanna bother your quiet life or cut through the silence with a knife, but I'm still tuned to the same old station, waiting for a soul's destination. Is there a trace? Is there a spark? A little light in the hollow dark. I'm not asking for the sun or moon, just a note in a familiar tune. If you still care, give me a sign. Somewhere across the borderline. If you still care, in the neon glow, I'm still the person that you used to know. Just a whisper, just a breath, before we put this memory to death. You still care. You still care. The bags are resting by the heavy door. I've paced across this wooden bedroom floor. You're sleeping softly in the violet light, oblivious to the heavy coming night. I left a note upon the kitchen stand, written with a trembling, quiet hand. The taxi's waiting in the pouring rain, but my feet are tied to this familiar pain. I trace the outline of your quiet face, memorizing every single shadowed space. The tape is running out of empty track, and I know that I am never coming back. But before beautiful picture in my mind, the sweetest ghost that I am leaving behind. The digital clock is flashing 4 a.m. I'm waking from a beautiful vintage dream. The synthesizer hums a lonely drum, reminding me that I'll be on my own. I wish I had the courage just to stay, to throw the coat and the heavy bags away. But sometimes love is knowing when to fold before the story gets too dark and cold. Still, a silent exit, an invisible fate, leaving the sanctuary that we made. But before I leave, just let me hold my breath in this quiet room, as still as death. Beautiful picture in my mind, the sweetest ghost that I am leaving behind. Before I leave, before I leave, before I leave. I've climbed the mountains of the city street to find the rhythm where our pulses meet. I've sailed the oceans of the neon blue to bring this message back home to you. No more hiding in the purple haze. I found the meaning of my lonely days. It's written in the stars, it's in the air. I see your reflection everywhere. The world can turn to digital dust, but there's a power that we both can trust. Higher than the moon, deeper than the sea.
160 stories, side A and side B, a beautiful map of our entire history. I recorded the silence and I recorded the storm, to keep your beautiful spirit perfectly warm. I carefully leveled the bass and the highs to match the quiet comfort inside of your eyes. This isn't just plastic and magnetic tape, it's a fully constructed eternal escape. When the modern world gets too heavy to bear, just press the button and I will be there. Here's the tape with my handwriting on it, every single piece of my soul I have drawn it. The tape with my handwriting faded and blue, 160 promises exclusively for you. When you feel lonely in the cynical gray, just look at the label and press the play. I poured my entire universe into this plastic shell of vintage magic that I know incredibly well. The synthesizer swells in a triumphant chord. This analog journey is its own reward. We drove through the neon, we walked in the rain, we washed away the residue of every pain. You'll hear the crackle of the vinyl and the heavy hiss, a perfect container for an endless kiss. Keep it safe in the drawer by the side of your bed, and listen to the quiet, beautiful things I say. Let the digital empires crumble to dust. We have a monument of patience and trust. Whenever the future feels incredibly cold, wrap yourself up in this analog gold. Here is the tape with my handwriting on it, every single piece of my soul I have drawn it. The tape with my handwriting faded and blue, 160 promises exclusively for you. When you feel lonely in the cynical gray, just look at the label and press the play. I poured my entire universe into this plastic shell of vintage magic that I know incredibly well. My handwriting, I'm with you The suitcases are waiting by the door. We said the words 100 times before. The winter sun is setting in
gave this beautiful romance our best. I fold the sweaters that we used to share and smell the fading perfume in the air. There isn't any anger in the room, just a quiet and familiar gloom. The tape is reaching the end of the reel. We both know exactly how we feel. It's a beautiful tragedy we played, watching the colors slowly start to fade. There is no easy way to say goodbye. Underneath the heavy purple sky, no easy way to pack the memories and set them drifting on the open seas. We're softly letting go of yesterday, because there simply is no easy way. We tried to fix the glitches in the code, but we're just standing on a broken road. A masterpiece that started falling down in the center of a silent town. I'll keep the Polaroids in a wooden box and change the numbers on the mental locks. A bittersweet conclusion to the song, knowing that it's time for moving on. Don't say you're sorry, don't apologize. I see the gentle truth inside your eyes. We had a season in the golden sun, but now the analog era is done. There is no easy way to say goodbye. Underneath the heavy purple sky, no easy way to pack the memories and set them drifting on the open seas. We're softly letting go of yesterday, because there simply is no easy way. No easy way. No easy way. No easy way. The physical world begins to fade away, losing the colors of the everyday. The noise of the street is a distant hum. We're moving together, completely numb. I look across the table in the dim cafe, and suddenly the gravity is washed away. I'm falling upward into empty space, captured entirely by your quiet face. reflected in the blue. The only reality I see is you. I'm getting totally lost in your eyes tonight, bathing in the soft and celestial light in your eyes. There's a digital sea washing away all the sorrow in me. I don't need a compass, I don't need a guide. I'm perfectly happy on this cosmic ride. The synthesizer is humming a gentle chord, a beautiful treasure, a hidden reward. I see my reflection in your steady gaze, lost in the middle of a violet haze. You speak in a language of silence and light, making the heavy shadows take to flight. It's an analog dream in the modern age, writing a story on a blank new page. Don't blink, don't look away from me right now. I'm making a silent and eternal vow to stay in this orbit, gentle and true, revolving forever around only you. I'm getting totally lost in your eyes tonight, bathing in the soft and celestial light in your eyes. There's a digital sea washing away all the sorrow in me. I don't need a compass, I don't need a guide. I'm perfectly happy on this cosmic ride. In your eyes, in your eyes, I promise to keep. The shadows stretch across the bedroom floor, but you don't have to worry anymore. The city outside is a heavy machine, but here we are safe in a quiet screen. Lay down your head and close your tired eyes. Forget about the neon and the lies. I'll wrap you in a blanket made of blue and keep the heavy world away from you. The static fades into a velvet hum, the gentle beating of a distant drum. No need to rush, no need to run away. We have a million hours left to play. I'll hold you here until the morning light, through every second of the indigo night, until the morning washes away the gray. I promise I will never walk away. Just breathe in slow and let the tension fade, safe inside the quiet space we made. The synthesizer plays a steady drum to let you know you're never on your own. The universe is spinning out in space, but time is standing still inside this place. I'll chase the nightmares from your digital dreams. end. The sun will rise, but let the moon stay long, while I sing you this gentle vintage song. I'll hold you here until the morning light, through every second of the indigo night, until the morning washes away the gray. I promise I will never walk away. Just breathe in slow and let the tension fade, safe inside the quiet space we made. Until the morning, until the morning, we will never part. The sun is dipping low behind the ocean line. We're sipping on a bottle of a cheap sweet wine. The dashboard radio is playing something slow, a beautiful classic from a long time ago. You've got your sunglasses resting on your head, smiling at the foolish little things I said. We're driving nowhere fast upon the coastal breeze, bringing my restless spirit to its knees. The colors of the sky are pink and tangerine, the absolute best movie that I've ever seen. No complicated drama, no heavy dark disguise, just a sweet reflection inside your eyes. You are my cherry babe, sweet and classical, breaking every single modern cynical rule. My cherry babe in the golden fading light, making everything perfectly alright. A vintage flavor that I never want to lose. My favorite remedy for the purple blues. We pull the car over by the sandy shore. I don't think I've ever wanted anything more. You're wearing my jacket against the evening chill. The entire universe is incredibly still. We don't need a filter for this analog scene. It's perfectly painted and perfectly clean. I'm collecting these moments in a wooden box, secured by a million gentle mental locks. Let the cities rush and let the traffic jam. I'm perfectly happy exactly where I am. A retro replay running on an endless loop, a beautiful dive and a graceful swoop. You are my cherry babe, sweet and classical, breaking every single modern cynical rule. My cherry babe in the golden fading light, making everything perfectly alright. A vintage flavor that I never want to lose. My favorite remedy for the purple seconds are slipping like sand through my hands, following the universe's heavy demands. The moon is starting to fade in the sky, a quiet teardrop in an indigo eye. We're sitting right here in the perfect light, but I know that the morning is winning the fight. I wanna reach out and pull out the plug, safe in the warmth of this analog hug. If I had a button to press on rewind, to leave the chaotic future behind, I'd pause the cassette on this beautiful scene and build us a glorious time machine. I'd build a time machine just for tonight, to capture the magic of the yellow light. A time machine in the velvet blue, to spend an eternity looking at you. We'd never grow older, we'd never move on. A perfect illusion before the dawn. Synthesizer hums a celestial drone, a secret dimension we claim as our own. I see the galaxies trapped in your gaze, lost in the middle of a beautiful haze. We don't need the science, we don't need the math, just a gentle walk on an analog path, a vintage romance, flawless and deep, a beautiful promise I'm desperate to keep. Let's pretend that the sun will never rise, and stay right here in the painted skies. A masterpiece frozen in silver and gold, a timeless story that never gets old. I built a time machine just for tonight, to capture the magic of the yellow light. A time machine in the velvet blue, to spend an eternity looking at you. We'd never grow older, we'd never move on. A perfect illusion before the dawn. Time machine, time machine, in your embrace. The room was crowded, the music was loud, a sea of faces in a nameless crowd. I was drifting aimless on a digital sea, with absolutely nothing tying down to me. I was a cynic in a heavily guarded cage, reading the lines from a lonely page. But then the sea parted and the static cleared, and everything else simply disappeared. The gravity shifted, the clocks forgot to tick. A beautiful, sudden and magical trick. I dropped the armor and I dropped the shield. The ultimate truth was suddenly revealed. It only took one look to change the grand design, to permanently tether your analog heart to mine. One look across the velvet purple haze, and I was lost inside your quiet maze. I didn't need a word, I didn't need a sign, just one look to know that you were mine. The synthesizer plays a celestial hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. I saw the galaxies reflecting in your gaze, a guiding light out of the lonely days. We crossed the floor in a slow motion dance, caught in a beautiful, undeniable trance. A telepathic wire connecting us to a highway of stars leading straight to you. Let the universe spin in its crazy spin. I know exactly where my soul has been. A vintage devotion that never demands, just placing my heart in your trembling hands. It only took one look to change the grand design, to permanently tether your analog heart to mine. One look across the velvet purple haze, and I was lost inside your quiet maze. I didn't need a word, I didn't need a sign, just one look to know that you were mine. One look, that's all it took. One look, righting the The room is dim and the music is slow, reflecting the light of the stereo glow. I watch the way that you move through the space, a quiet elegance, a natural grace. No need to hurry, we're taking our time. A perfect rhythm and a perfect rhyme. You reach for my hand and you pull me near, and instantly silence the noise and the fear. It's a physical language we both understand, a gentle connection, a soft
vintage beat, a quiet sanctuary above the street. The world outside is a chaotic blur, but in here the magic is starting to stir. We sway like the trees in the summer breeze, bringing my restless mind to its knees. A look in your eyes and the universe spins. This is the moment the magic begins. A seamless connection of body and soul, making the broken pieces whole. This is love in motion, a steady flow, a beautiful current under the glow. Love in motion, a sweet design, your analog heartbeat syncing with mine. We're painting the shadows across the floor, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Love in motion. Love in motion. I found the Polaroid we took in '84, hiding in the bottom of the wooden drawer. You had that leather jacket and the faded jeans, the absolute center of my teenage scenes. The colors on the paper started bleeding through, but nothing ever changed the vibrant hue of you. We've added some lines around the eyes, watching a million different suns rise. The cassette tape of time keeps rolling fast, leaving the shadows of the analog past. But sitting right here in the living room light, I'm traveling back to that original night. It still feels like yesterday, soft and clear, when you whispered your name into my ear. Still feels like yesterday, the original spark, lighting a fire in the velvet dark. The calendar turns and the seasons fade, but I'm perfectly resting in the love we made. We don't need a time machine to travel back, we're riding securely on a vintage track. The way you laugh at the jokes I make, a beautiful rhythm that will never break. We weather the winters and the bitter frost, and realize exactly what wasn't lost. A quiet devotion, a steady hand, the safest shelter in a crazy land. Let the digital world keep rushing on. We're sitting right here till the break of dawn. A masterpiece painted in gold and gray, feeling exactly like yesterday. It still feels like yesterday, soft and clear, when you whispered your name into my ear. love we made, like yesterday. Like yesterday.
The city outside is a maze of sound, with heavy shadows falling on the ground. I used to wander through the crowded street, listening to the rhythm of a lonely beat. But I closed the door and turned the lock and stopped the ticking of the analog clock. The noise of the planet begins to fade inside this beautiful sanctuary we made. The air is thin, the frequency is clear, washing away every trace of fear. I'm dropping my guard, I'm letting it fall. I don't need the outside world at all. It's only with you that I find my rest. Only with you that I'm at my best. Only with you in the velvet blue, a vintage universe made for two. The rest of the world can slowly disappear, as long as I know that you are standing here. The synthesizer hums a steady chord, a quiet whisper and a sweet reward. We communicate without a single line, a perfect harmony, a soft design. I see the galaxies inside your gaze, a guiding light in the purple haze. No need to pretend, no need to perform. You are the quiet eye of the storm.
We're sitting together inside of the car, but it feels like we're on a different star. The rain is drumming on the window pane, washing away what we couldn't explain. I look at your profile bathed in the blue, wondering what is happening to you. The silence is thick and the air is so cold. A story of love that is growing too old. The words are stuck right behind my teeth. I'm hiding the sorrow that is underneath. We're building a wall made of invisible glass, watching the ghost of our history pass. If we can't talk, then how do we heal? How do we know what is fake or what's real? If we can't talk in the neon glow, how do we know which direction to go? I'm sending a signal out into the dark, hoping to find a familiar spark. The tape is stuck in the stereo deck. We're riding inside of a beautiful wreck. I wanna reach out and hold on to your hand, but I'm lost in a foreign analog land. We used to speak in a language so clear. Now I am drowning in static and fear. If we just keep quiet, the distance will grow, and the rivers of love will forget how to Just give me a whisper, just give me a sign. Tell me your spirit is still tied to mine. Let's break down the ice and let the tears fall before we have absolutely nothing at all. If we can't talk, then how do we heal? How do we know what is fake or what's real? If we can't talk in the neon glow, how do we know which direction to go? I'm sending a signal out into the dark, hoping to find a familiar spark. Can't talk, but I still care. Can't talk, just breathe in the air. The sky's crying on the concrete street, washing away the rhythm of the modern beat. I'm standing safely underneath the neon sign, watching the water blur the dividing line. The reflections dance in the puddles below, bathed in the amber and the violet glow. I pull my collar up against the heavy chill. The physical world is incredibly still. Traffic lights change from green to red, echo in the quiet, beautiful things we said. The drops keep falling on the window glass, watching the cynical heavy hours pass. I'm listening to the echoes in the rain, washing away the residue of pain. Echoes in the rain, fading in the blue, a watery reflection of me and you. I don't need an umbrella, I don't wanna hide. I'm letting the analog memory beautifully write. The guitar plays a crying distant track. I'm stepping forward but I'm looking back. We used to run through the storms like this, trading our secrets for a midnight kiss. But the seasons turn and the rivers flow, with absolutely nowhere else we need to go. A vintage sanctuary made of water and light, hidden inside of the velvet night. Let the thunder roll and the lightning flash, turning the artificial illusions to ash. A masterpiece painted in silver and gray, washing the modern heavy logic away. I'm listening to the echoes in the rain, washing away the residue of pain. Echoes in the rain, fading in the blue, a watery reflection of me and you. I don't need an umbrella, I don't wanna hide. I'm letting the analog memory beautifully write. Echoes in the rain, falling down slow. Echoes in the rain, echoes in the rain. I saw you standing in the neon glare. The electricity was hanging in the air. One look was all it took to break the code and start the fire on the lonely road. The synthesizer plays a dangerous line, while your fingers softly intertwine with mine. The city is a circuit, buzzing and bright, but we're the only thing that's glowing tonight. The voltage is rising, the signal is strong. I've been waiting for this frequency so long. shadows of the day away. We're racing through the grid in a metal machine, the most incredible movie I've ever seen. The dashboard lights are glowing pink and blue, reflecting all the magic inside of you. Don't look at the map, don't follow the signs. We're crossing the borders and crossing the lines. A vintage momentum, heavy and sweet, making the victory absolutely complete. Push the button, turn the heavy key, release the magic in the digital sea. A telepathic choir, a perfect design, the absolute power of your heart and mind. I feel your electric heartbeat, skin on skin. Let the beautiful revolution begin. Electric heartbeat, a steady flow, guiding us where the neon rivers go. No more static and no more gray. We're burning the shadows of the day away. Electric heartbeat. Electric heartbeat.
The skyscrapers are sleeping, the lights are dim low for the ones in the shadows who have nowhere to go. The sanitation drone is humming in the street, collecting the wrappers of the bitter and sweet. I'm delivering the data to the sector 10, knowing I'll have to do it all over again. A cup of cold coffee, a flickering dash, the only ones left in this kingdom of ash. We keep the heart beating, we keep the grid clean, the invisible parts of the massive machine. No glory for us, no neon parade, just a life in the middle of the artificial shade. Neon night shift, working until the dawn. The world is a stage, but the audience is gone. Just me and the radio, a soulful refrain, watching the wipers push away the rain. Neon night shift, the blue and the gray, waiting for the sun to wash the city away. The girl at the kiosk is not in her head, wishing she was home in her synthetic bed. The security guard is staring at the screen, watching for the things that are never being seen. We're the ghost of the labor, the pulse of the wire, fueling the city with a quiet desire. No one will remember our names when we die, but we were the ones who kept the lights in the sky.
Digital screens are blinding my eyes. I'm looking for the comfort of the painted skies. The notifications are a constant heavy drum, making me feel so incredibly alone. I wanna pull the plug and turn off the phone, travel back to the place I belong, where the music was physical, heavy and real, and taught my analog heart how to feel. The modern world is running too fast for my soul, taking a cynical, invisible toll. I'm tired of the swipe and I'm tired of the screen. I wanna return to the vintage scene. I wanna rewind the years back to the start and unbreak this heavy digital heart. Rewind the years to the cassette days, lost inside the beautiful purple haze. I'll press the button and listen to the sound of the greatest magic that I ever found. The radio plays a distant, muted track. I'm stepping forward, but I'm looking back. I miss the mixtape and the handwritten pen. I wanna go back to exactly then, when a promise was kept and a friend was a friend, before we all rushed to the bitter end. A sanctuary built in a plastic shell of vintage magic that I know so well.
quiet and the shadows fall. I see your silhouette against the wall. You're looking out into the rainy street, where the neon lights and the darkness meet. I know the silence has a heavy weight, and maybe both of us are standing late. But don't let the distance grow too wide. I'm standing right here by your side. The static fades into a gentle hum, the quiet beating of a distant drum. We don't have to let the story fade, or throw away the beautiful love we made. Please don't turn away from me tonight. Let's find our way back to the fading light. Don't turn away and leave me in the blue. My analog heart is beating just for you. Just take a breath and look into my eyes, and leave behind the shadows and the lies. The radio whispers a familiar song, reminding us of where we both belong. I know the winter makes the spirit cold, but we have a magic that will not grow old. I'll wrap my arms around your quiet fears and gently wash away the hidden tears. Just let the defenses softly fall. We're gonna safely catch them all. Don't close the door, don't walk into the gray. We have so many things we need to say. A temporary glitch upon the screen doesn't change the beauty we have seen. Please don't turn away from me tonight. Let's find our way back to the fading light. Don't turn away and leave me in the blue. My analog heart is beating just for you. Just take a breath and look into my eyes, and leave behind the shadows and the lies. Turn away, I'm standing here. Turn away, I'll dry the tear. We left the party an hour ago, walking the pavement incredibly slow. The air is crisp and the city is dead. I'm listening to every word that you said. Our footsteps echo on the wet concrete, a lonely rhythm for a lonely street. But I'm not lonely when you're standing here, washing away the residue of fear. The taxi cabs are sleeping in a row, bathing in the amber artificial glow. against the chill. The entire universe is totally still. We pause by the window of a closed cafe, wishing this moment would permanently stay. We don't need a destination or a plan, just a woman and a quiet man, a comfortable silence, a gentle breeze, bringing my restless spirit to its knees. Gets old. Underneath the velvet streetlights tonight, everything is painted incredibly right. Velvet streetlights casting a golden hue, illuminating the beauty of you. A vintage stroll in a digital age, writing a quiet, beautiful page. Velvet streetlights guiding us home. Velvet streetlights, no longer roam. The concrete city is a tiny glowing spark, swallowed completely by the velvet heavy dark. We're standing on the edge of the world tonight, watching the final traces of the artificial light. The ocean meets the sky in a seamless, perfect line. A beautiful geometry, a quiet, grand design. There are no borders and there are no walls, just listening to the way the quiet universe calls. The gravity is a river that continues to flow, with absolutely nowhere else we need to go. I open my look across the empty, quiet space and chase away the cynical modern race. A telepathic wire connecting us to a highway of stars leading straight to you. A vintage sanctuary, timeless and grand, the most beautiful magic in an analog land. Let the universe spin in its crazy design. I know exactly where my soul aligns. A masterpiece painted in silver and blue, a perfect reflection of me. And you, looking out at the midnight blue horizon, watching the heavy celestial suns arising. The midnight blue horizon, sprawling and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. The entire world is sleeping far below, but we are alive in the ultraviolet glow. Blue horizon, horizon for you and me.
The winter wind is howling at the window pane, washing the empty streets with a freezing rain. The shadows in the corners are growing tall. I'm watching the heavy darkness start to fall. I wrap a blanket tight around my weary chest, looking for a place where my spirit can rest. I reach out my hand in the freezing cold and turn the heavy dial of silver and gold. The filament warms and begins to shine, a beautiful amber and vintage design. The shadows retreat from the edge of the room, chasing away the suffocating gloom, basking in the glow of the old radio, watching the gentle analog rivers flow. The glow of the old radio, steady and warm, my quiet sanctuary inside the storm. I don't need a fire, I don't need the sun. When the midnight magic has just begun, the frequency catches a distant slow jazz band, playing a melody I completely understand. The saxophone melts all the frost on the glass. I'm watching the cynical cold hours pass. It's a physical warmth from a plastic shell, a vintage magic that I know so well. I close my tired eyes and I sink in the chair, breathe in the static in the midnight air. Let the world freeze over in its modern ice. I'm perfectly hidden in this paradise, a glowing dial in the velvet night, making everything feel beautifully right. Basking in the glow of the old radio, watching the gentle analog rivers flow. Sanctuary inside the storm. I don't need a fire, I don't need the sun. When the midnight magic has just begun.
Heavy with the winter rain. I see the worry hiding in your smile. Come here and lay your head down for a while. You've been fighting battles all on your own, carrying the weight of a heart of stone. But you don't have to carry it anymore. Leave all your troubles outside the door. I'll be the shelter when the storm is wild. I'll keep you safe like a sleeping child. Just close your eyes and let the tension fade into the comfort of the love we made. Trust in me when the lights go down. I'll be the quiet in a noisy town. Trust in me, I won't let you fall. I'll be the one who answers your call. In a world of shifting, uncertain sand, I'll be the rock where you can stand. The neon signs are flickering in the street, but here inside the melody is sweet. We're wrapping up in a blanket of gold, keeping away from the bitter cold. I'll chase the ghosts of the past away and promise you a brighter, brand new day. You've wandered so far in the digital haze. Let me be the guide for your better days.
four walls of the bedroom are entirely gray. A heavy reminder of the cynical day. The ceiling is just a heavy painted plasterboard, but I have a secret and a beautiful reward. I plug the heavy jack into the silver receiver. I'm a devoted and a vintage believer. I turn the volume up and close my tired eyes, and suddenly I'm looking at the painted skies. The physical room completely disappears, washing away the residue of modern fears. I'm floating in the middle of a velvet sea, a beautiful dimension meant exclusively for me. I'm flying in my private stereo skies tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. Private stereo skies deep and wide, with absolutely nowhere for my spirit to hide. I don't need a window or an open door. I found exactly what I was looking for. The synthesizer plays a heavenly slow hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. The singer is whispering a comforting tune under the watch of a painted silver moon. The frequency washes over my heavy chest, the absolute perfect place for my soul to rest. A vintage sanctuary made of plastic and wire, burning with a quiet and a beautiful fire. Let the universe spin in its heavy cold rush. I'm living safely inside the velvet hush. A masterpiece painted in silver and blue, a perfect reflection of me and you. Flying in my private stereo skies tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. Private stereo skies deep and wide, with absolutely nowhere for my spirit to hide. I don't need a window or an open door. I found exactly what I was looking for. Stereo skies, stereo skies, just for me. The avenue is glowing in magenta and blue, the absolute perfect setting for me and you. The rain left a mirror on the empty street, catching the rhythm of our walking feet. You're wearing a jacket against the night chill. The rest of the city is incredibly still. We're stepping in the shadow of a flickering sign. I'm watching your quiet eyes intertwine with mine. The electricity hums in the humid night air. There's a beautiful magic just resting right there. We don't need a script and we don't need a word. This is the sweetest silence I've ever heard. It's a neon post romance in the velvet dark, sharing the heat of the analog spark. A neon post romance, slow and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. Let the modern world sleep in its heavy, cold bed. We're living the vintage dreams inside of our heads. Saxophone whispers a cinematic line, untangling the heavy knots along my spine. You lean in close and I catch my breath. A beautiful victory over cynical death. We are insulated from the rushing machine, the most incredible movie that I've ever seen. A telepathic wire connecting us two, washing away all the residual blue. Let the hour hand melt on the broken dial. Let's just stay lost for a beautiful while. A steady combustion, incredibly sweet, making the midnight completely complete. It's a neon post romance in the velvet dark, sharing the heat of the analog spark. A neon post romance, slow and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. Let the modern world sleep in its heavy, cold bed. Ooh, we're living the vintage dreams inside of our heads. Neon pulse, neon pulse, neon pulse, deep in the blue. The wind is howling through the empty street, but in this room our quiet shadows meet. The world outside is turning into ice, paying the modern complicated price. I pull the blanket closer to your chin and shut the door before the cold gets in. The neon flickers struggling to glow, but we have a secret that the city doesn't know. The seasons fade and the digital screens go dark, but we are the keepers of the original spark. Through the static and the heavy pouring rain, we're shielding the magic from the pain. We gotta keep this fire alive tonight, burning in the middle of the velvet black. clouds away now. Time is moving like a rapid stream, but we're still anchoring the same old dream. I'll feed the fire with everything I am, a quiet hero in a quiet hologram. There is absolute